Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of our Mount and Blade Warband playthrough. This is Captain Sheldon, and last time we were here, I believe that we made our character and chose our starting stats, and then did the opening tutorial quest. So let's load up. You can see I've got lots of different saves and everything that go from various different lengths. But we're gonna go to Captain Sheldon, and we're gonna load it up. Okay, so last time we were in Sargoth, and we finished the tutorial quests and everything. So we should have, yep, a nice little bit of money. And let's see, we also have a level up, and we can do some. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Um, we can go over some of this stuff more. So over here on the party screen, you can kind of see where all the party skills are, and as we get companions and stuff. Oh, excuse me. I am so sorry, everyone. It's becoming a bit of an allergy season here for us in Maryland, so I will try to make sure that I don't sneeze anymore, but it might happen. But anyways, over here we can see that there's more. This is where the party skills are going to be listed up. So right now I'm the only person in the party who has any party skills, and I have level 1 in trade and level 1 in engineering. And as we get more people, we'll get more of these party skills, and as we level up and everything. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and take these Nord recruits, and I guess I will go over all the different troops and everything. Basically there's troops for each of the different kingdoms. Over here in the green is the Rhodokes. Um, their capital is pretty much Jelkala, but they have ownership over Jelkala, Veloka, sorry, Velika, and Yalin at the first. The Rhodokian troops, basically all these green places, are places you can get Rhodokian troops from. So even if they're taken over by other nations, basically, they will always have Rhodokian troops. The red here is Swadia, the kingdom of Swadia. There, I think Praven is their, I guess, like the place where the king resides, their capital. Um, Everything in red here will have Swadian troops, just like everything in green will have Swadian troops. Oh, sorry. Um, Purple, like the others, had. Oh yeah, so for red they have Praven, Suno, Uxkhal, and Dirham as their four starting cities. Um, the purple over here is the Kurgits. Um, like the others, like anyone with purple will, anything that's in purple here at this point in the game will always have Kurgit troops in them. Um, there's also the Serenids. Um, they have Shariz, Dirkpa, Emerid, and Beriye. The Kurgits have Halmar, Nara, Tolga, and Ikmer. Um, they're all down here in the sandy areas. Then we also have the Vagers, with Ravaden, Kudin, Kara, and Rivacheg, and of course the Nords with Tyr, Sargoth, and Wurcheg. So basically, no matter what, oh, wow, you can really get close in. Um, so anyways, no matter each of the different nations has their own troops, and they're all kind of based off their own things. So we'll end up getting some troops from all the different places, but just a basic overview of what I guess the best things are. Um, the Nords have the best and strongest infantry troops in the game, as far as I'm concerned. Some of people may argue that maybe some of the other, like maybe the Vagers might be better, but I like the Nord troops the best. I think they're the strongest infantry when they're all leveled up. They have throwing weapons and they carry shields and big axes. They're really good in sieges, which is where you really want infantry. And their throwing weapons really help in the sieges as well because it kind of gives them a bit more range damage. And you kind of just sit them in front of the walls, and they can be a good, you know, arrow and bolt absorbing shield while throwing their weapons and doing quite a bit of damage themselves. Swadia. Swadia has, in my opinion, the best heavy cavalry. The Swadia knights are just really, really good. They're heavy. They have heavy horses. They've got lances and other, big weapons. They are actually pretty good in sieges and stuff, even though they're going to be unmounted, just because they have such heavy armor and they can soak up a lot of damage. The Vagers here, I don't really use a lot of Vagar troops. I might more in this playthrough. They're not bad, but they don't specialize as much as like the Nords and the Swadians and the Rhodokians and the other and the who are these? The Kurgits. That's right, freaking Kurgits. The Vagars don't specialize so well, so they have troops that are good but aren't really weak. Um, they're pretty much all rounded, and they do okay. I mean, they're not pushovers, that's for sure. Um, the Kurgits. The Kurgits are basically Mongols, like the old Mongol peoples. So there's a lot. Pretty much all of their troops are mounted, which is nice because they're all quite fast in an open field combat. They don't have very heavy armor, but they also focus a lot on um, ranged mounted stuff, just like the old Mongols used to. And unfortunately, the way the AI is in this game, it means that the Kurgits kind of suck. Um, it like when you actually get into battles with Kurgits, the battles just take a really long time. You just have a lot of Kurgit people running all over the place instead of like really forming up and making pushes and everything. They just kind of run around everywhere. It takes a long time to catch them because there's no real cohesion in their troops. They don't really tend to do all that well. I don't like using Kurgits. They would be fine if you would just stand their archers like in a line and let them fire without letting them, like run around and everything, but that's not really the Kurgit style. Let's see here. The Saranids are basically sand people. They come from the desert and everything, so but they have lighter armor than most of the other nations when they have their troops fully leveled up, but that works both as an advantage and a disadvantage. Their units do a lot of damage, even though they're really easy to kill. Um, and they're a lot faster than other people. Even their horses tend to be a lot faster. The Kurgit horses are pretty quick, but the Saranid sand horses are like I think the fastest horses, even though they're not really the horses that I like to do. They're not heavy horses. They're all kind of just light horses. And then we have the Rhodokians. The Rhodokians have a lot of spearmen as their melee units, and they have spearmen, and then they have crossbowmen. And the Rhodokian crossbowmen are, I think, the best ranged units in the game. The crossbows do a ton of damage at max rank. The max rank is sharpshooters, and they have like the best crossbows around. They also have these big puffy shields on their backs, so and like war picks and hammers and stuff, so they can like so they're no like pushovers and melee combat, but at the same time, they are really deadly if you just line up a bunch of them on a hill and let them just shoot into a mass of people that are fighting with like some uh, with like spears and stuff. Basically, any of the nations can fight each other. They all fight each other, and they all do that a lot. But a few nations really tend to fight each other a lot. Rhodoks and Dirim, or Rhodoks and Swadia end up in confrontations a lot. As does Rhodoks and the Sarenids. Basically, if they're neighbors to each other, they're a lot more likely to fight. So I keep saying Dirim, Swadia and the Kurgits end up in a lot of conflicts, just like Swadia and the Sarenids do. But mostly, the Kurgits fight the Vagars a lot, as the Vagars fight the Nords and the Kurgits. Swadia tends to fight Rhodoks and the Vagars. And the Sarenids just kind of fight the Kurgits, but mostly, honestly, I've seen a lot of fighting with Rhodoks from the Sarenids. That's what they seem to just do. I'm not sure why. But let's get in here. It's really important to level up your troops. So right now we have Nord recruits. Right now I'm going to upgrade a couple of them to Nord footmen. These Nord footmen are a lot stronger than the recruits. They have better armor, they have a shield, and they carry a spear, as well as a little one-handed axe, as you can see. They work pretty well. Each of the different things, they have skills and everything themselves, but I'm not really going to go over it too much. For me, I'm going to level myself up. I've got my rank 12 of strength, which is what I really want. I want a lot of points early on, so I think early I'm going to max out intellect up to 12 first. Everything's basically got to go up to 12, and from there I'm going to really decide what everything's going to be. So the things that are really important early on for me, trainer is really important. Prisoner management. The more prisoners we can take, the more money we can get. It's going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to put a point into prisoner management. Also, power draw, iron flesh, and power strike are going to be really important. Shield and athletics I can wait until a little bit later. Probably not going to put much into horse archery. You'll see why later. I kind of prefer melee horse combat as opposed to ranged horse combat. And there's that massive penalty to using, but like ranged weapons from horseback. So I think otherwise I'm going to put a point into Iron Flesh, give myself a little bit more health so it's a lot harder for me to be killed, and throw all these weapon points into archery. So yeah, so now let me kind of go over some of the different things this mod pack does. One of the big ones is it changes the colors. The original colors aren't bad or anything, but like they have some issues. Like the original Vagar color is kind of like light white, or like kind of like dirty white grayish, which makes it really hard to see the various names and everything on the snow area, which is kind of where they are. They're like the people who go in the snow. The other ones, they're all kind of more of a muted versions of their colors, and so the mod maker kind of brightened the colors up on the names, and also modified the player factions name color. You can see it right there, this light blue color. It's kind of tealish blue color. Before it was a lot closer to what the Rhodokian people had as their color, so it was a little harder to see. Some of the other things that it is, this mod pack also makes the number of raiders, not raiders, but bandits. The bandits basically can have like a maximum party size. I'm not sure what that maximum is, but it kind of just, they're kind of like early to mid game enemies, not really end game enemies. But this makes it so that you can get patches of bandits that are like 100, 110 big, so they're a lot easier to catch, for one thing, and they're a lot more of a threat early game, which I like a lot. It also means that they'll kind of tend to attack you in groups more often, because there's going to be a lot more of them, even if you're like at 200 units and like the king of a nation. Some of the other things it does, if I go into Sargoth, I can show you. Instead of having to walk around the streets all the time to get to various things, there's like, especially like in the little towns and everything, like Quinn and Finata. You can just go right up to the village elders where you normally have to go walk around and find them yourself, and it's a real pain. So it just gives you buttons to get that stuff. It increases. It also lets you basically sell prisoners to every tavern keeper. So instead of having to find a ransom broker all the time, you can just sell your prisoners. It makes mercenaries, like normally 35 mercenary swordsmen. That might be like the upper limit for what you might find in the thing, but the mod maker made it so that there's a lot more mercenaries in a parties. Like you can buy a lot more of them, and they're up. I don't think he made any changes to how much it takes to hire them. Their upkeep cost is a lot lower, which, like, he thought that, like, it was kind of stupid to have the mercenaries be so much more expensive to upkeep than your regular troops, because it kind of made it seem like, oh, you don't really want mercenaries unless you're really strapped for people. And this kind of makes them more useful. Oops, did not mean to do that. I think he also modified, like, when you can, like, buy land in each of the different areas, and he kind of made the amount that you get from the enterprises and everything easier and better, because it's all just really to make the game just move faster. So nothing really major. He also, I think, tripled the amount of ammunition that you can have in both thrown and thrown weapons, as well as, let me see if I can find some thrown weapon. Um, yeah, so like heavy throwing knives. Normally, maybe you get like 12 throwing knives, which 12 shots for an entire one of your 4 shots is kind of low. So he basically tripled how much you get ammo wise for a lot of these things, and like the bolts and the arrows used to be like a third less, and it was just not a lot. And yeah, you can definitely make do with that, but it also made things really hard, especially when you got into sieges and you had to do a lot more. This kind of makes it more of a more ranged combat is important, which is what I kind of like. I prefer the ranged combat over the melee combat, and taking castles and stuff is a lot easier if you can just kind of sit back and whittle back your troops, as well as defending. Let's see. So for right now, I think what we're gonna do, we're kind of just left on our own. There is no quest anymore. It's basically do what you want. We could go be a trader. We could be, a bandit and attack like caravans and stuff. We could maybe hire ourselves out as mercenaries to one of the kingdoms and join in their wars, which we might do later, but I don't really want to do now. You just kind of be a hero and fight bandits. All kinds of stuff. But right now, I think I'm gonna kind of try and build up a small force of Nords, and basically go try and fight some bandits, get some experience. Do it like I said before. When I'm like speeding up, I'm actually just like forcing the game time on the map to go faster. It's a small cheat. It doesn't really mean that I can just like transit places faster. Like everything's going to move a lot faster, so it's not really a cheat. Just again makes the time that it takes for the game to progress go faster. And because you know, I'm a little ballsy. I'm going to go up here, up in this north coast. There's like each of the different areas of the game has different kinds of bandits. So like you'll find like sand bandits and steppe bandits, forest bandits, and you know like other kinds of mountain bandits and stuff like that around. The snow there's so the different bandits are in Velik in Road Oaks. You'll find a lot of mountain bandits, and the Serenid Sultanate, you'll find um, sand bandits and like desert bandits kind of things, steppe bandits up and with the Kurgits, forest bandits, forest bandits out here in Swadia, snow bandits and winter bandits and that kind of stuff here in Vagers, and the Nords have sea raiders, which will hopefully will come across some soon. And Sea Raiders are the strongest of all the different bandit types. You normally find them up around this the Nordic areas. Let's see. Oh, those are some manhunters following some looters. I wonder if we can. Let's move in to help them. Manhunters. Get into a little bit of a battle here. But the Sea Raiders have like the best armor, the thickest armor. They're basically Nord veteran archers, which is like the top tier Nord archers, and kind of like Nord top tier Nord troops. Basically, they are really effective at what they do, and what they do is kind of rush at you and be really kind of powerful, shoot at you and everything. They give the best loot in the game. I don't even know where any of the people are. Probably over here with everything else. I'm not gonna get like any experience for this battle. Where are they? Yeah, they were all up there with all the rest of my troops. Should have just stayed with them. They give the best, but the Sea Raiders give the best stuff. So now you can see, because we have prisoner management, we can capture some of these looters and we can sell them later and take their belongings. Oh, and there was a little bit of experience. So some of these recruits are ready to upgrade to Nord Footmen. Yeah, they give them the Sea Raiders give the most experience. They're worth the most money if you capture them. So I'm gonna try and fight them mostly at the start. Those manhunters aren't fighting anyone else now. Oops, that might have been some, but I lost them. Oh, here's a group of Sea Raiders. How big is it? 24. So now we'll kind of see a bit of how they're like. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. Normally have the gamma up pretty high, and that kind of helps to make the night battles better. So yeah, that's a little bit better. Hopefully you can see on YouTube. I know it's a little dark sometimes. Let's see, where are they? So you can see that they're kind of over here. This direction. I'm gonna try and intercept and not let them, you know, have this high ground up here, which is what it looks like we're gonna be fighting on, like on the slope, possibly. But high ground really makes a big difference for archers and ranged weapons. So you can see, like, these guys do not mess around. Okay, okay, all right. They really do not mess around. You can see they have throwing weapons, and throwing weapons really hurt. So we're just gonna kind of ride around them and try and be a distraction more so than anything else, so that our Nord recruits hopefully do not all get killed. Not that good at the combat. Normally I like to do like this slash thing as I run by. Kind of do damage like that. But but I do not have a shield anymore, and there I go, I'm dead. More than likely, we are going to lose this battle. Let's see. Well, we'll see. Well, maybe. Nope. Nope. I think we're going to lose this. If we... No, well, maybe we'll win this. We'll see. Sea Raiders are really strong. And it takes... My troops are not very well leveled up. So, we'll have to see. We might barely... Yeah, we barely won this. And you can see 16 of my warriors died. 4 of them were wounded. So I have basically 9 warriors out of the 25 that I started with there. We killed all of them. But now we have much better equipment to use. These Sea Raiders have the best, a lot better equipment. Like these reinforced shields are really nice. They're nice shields. Work really well. Metal armor, which really helps out. You know, actual metal helmets. You know, stuff like that. Cannot use this bow, so we'll stick with our crossbow for right now. I'm actually gonna get rid of some of this stuff, just because like this stuff's gonna be worth a lot more. And yeah, that's pretty much good right there. And it looks like I leveled up. A lot of our soldiers leveled up as well, so we no longer have any more recruits. None of them are recruits after that. We have footmen and trained footmen. Trained footmen have metal armor and are a lot better. So for right now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and go to Rivacheg. Oops, you can see there's Sea Raiders. I do not want to get into a battle with 25. Oh gosh. 7 against 14. Well, I hopefully will be able to manage this. Probably we won't though. If we win this, we'll get a lot of renown, which is really good for building up right to rule, which is basically your ability to convince other rulers and other lord members that you have the right to rule over land in the kingdom in Calradia, which is the land we're in, basically. I'm gonna kind of stay back a bit and just kind of take pot shots with the crossbow. Probably not gonna hit anything, but it gives time for my troops to safely approach if they're all kind of focused on me. If I do hit one of them, would be kind of amazing. Let's see if we can get in close enough to hit this guy. Oh, no. The big thing is I don't want to get hit by their arrows and everything. So, oh, yeah, there we delivered 45 damage. Ooh, wow. Doing a lot of damage, but we're also not killing anyone yet. There we go. We got one killed. This is not turning out good for us. Yeah, like all my troops are dead now. So I'm gonna keep riding around in the circle here. Try and go for this archer especially. He's one who can really screw me up. This archer, yeah, that he hit my horse. Ooh, that must have hurt. I think they all are basically can be archers. Yeah, I got this one guy left basically. My horse is taking big damage. He's got a fucking arrow in his head. And yeah, there's basically all my troops gone. So we'll see if we can win this. If we don't, then I will be taken prisoner. My stuff will be taken. You know, stuff like that will happen. But I think maybe I can get these last couple because they're not really being archers. And ooh, there we go. And one more. There it is. So we did a lot of the work there. Just why I like mounted melee combat. You can kind of go in, really get some. We have 4 people left, and we cannot really take anything else. So I'm gonna kind of get rid of some of the lower value stuff that we have here, and try and get some of this higher value stuff, so we'll get a lot more money. I'm also going to replace my boots, get rid of those, and take this battle axe instead. So we got a bunch of money there. We've got a lot of money actually now. We got a lot. We got 5 trained footmen, 1 footman, and I didn't really take a lot of damage in that battle. But we're gonna try and get in here right now. Oh, there's a tournament in the town. We can go and do the tournament, but